Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning into the OTC Club today. We have a special guest. You all know her as Vegas. Hey, girl. If you
Hi.
if you don't ever already follow her, please hit the follow button. Make sure you follow the OTC Club and all the hosts and hit the bell on the OTC Club for updates. And remember, this spaces is being recorded. So, Vegas, just tell us a little bit about yourself, about your background, and just tell us some things that other people may not know.
Sure. Well, first of all, I want to thank you all this evening and to the OTC Club for hosting this event and hosting me this evening. Especially thank you to all the listeners, taking time out of your long weekend to listen to me tonight and to listen to us sharing some content. So I want to thank you all for being here and want to make this as engaging and interactive as possible. So let's get started and pay attention. So I do want to share with you that a little bit about me. So after high school, I was working part time in at a financial institution, and I left there and I went and got a job at a bank. And one of the perks working there was employee purchase plan for the stock options. And if I would get a payroll deduction, the bank would match 50%. So I was really intrigued by that. And as time went on, I actually had left the company and I went and pursued another opportunity at an insurance company. And during my time there, I mean, I was there for many years. I worked in an operations capacity. So I was actually managing very large teams and managing a lot of budgets. I used to travel back and forth. I reside actually in Toronto. So I was traveling to Montreal, I was going to Vancouver, I was traveling to the States, and I was, doing a lot of traveling. And eventually, that job did come to an end because the company also outsourced the business. So during that time, I was, focused on sending resumes because I really wanted to get back to work. And I have to say, it was really a hard time securing a job because I was in a senior capacity, and I wasn't having any luck sending out resume after resume, and nothing was coming, or opportunities were being presented, but I wasn't getting the compensation that I was looking for. So I was actually quite bored and decided that, what, I'm going to research penny stocks because I actually had, a bit of a penchant and passion for stocks from before, but just never really took the time to do it. So I went on Google and I actually found a couple sites where I could sign up and learn about penny stocks. So I signed up, opened up an account, I funded it, and I have to tell you, within a few weeks, I blew up the account. I had no clue what I was doing. I had to refund my account with more money, and unfortunately, I lost more money again. And I was very uneducated, with regards to stocks. I mean, I just thought you just go on there, buy a stock, put your order in, sell it, and you'll just make money. I just thought it was pretty easy. And I used to watch stocks on Yahoo Finance. I did not know what a level two was. I was buying everything that was mentioned in the room. I was chasing stocks. And, sometimes I would end up going all in on one play, only to realize sometimes I woke up one morning to an offering and not really being familiar with the terms of trading. I thought, oh my God, like, what are they offering me? So I was very, very, new to the industry and did not really know what the hell I was doing. So I did lose a ton of money, and it got to the point where I really didn't have much money to really put back in the market. So I did a lot of thinking, and I ended up finding out after about a couple months by accident, actually, that the money that I had when I worked at the bank, the investments that I put into the stocks where they did the company match, I found out that I had a sum of money that was there for over 15 years, and all this money got, the dividends got reinvested, and I came miraculously across some money that I could get back into the market. However, it got me an opportunity to get refocused and get myself to learn about stocks during that period of time. So I dedicated myself to studying 7 days a week. I was reading things, watching YouTube, and I was basically observing things in chat rooms because obviously I didn't really know much. And I had to start getting a little more serious because this was really my last chance. Eventually I came across StockTwits, which I love, and connected with many people through that app, and met a lot of traders through there. Ended up in a phenomenal chat room that I really liked, and met some great traders that are extremely successful today. And, that helped me to improve my trading. And eventually I was asked to moderate a chat room. And when I was asked to moderate the room, that was when I realized, you know what? I feel like I'm making it now. So I was able to do that and help people learn, and slowly start building my account. Obviously, it was quite the journey, but it was one that was tough, but it was not easy to do. And, it just really made me realize really that the barriers to entry really need to be broken down. I think more and more we need to see more women in the industry. I had a lot of support from a lot of the men that I met in my trading journey from the chat rooms, because it was very male dominated. And I kind of feel like I grew up with them in the trading world. But the nice thing was that we all came from, nothing, and actually, finally got to make it. So I will say, had to suffer to get to where I am today, but unfortunately, that was just part of the journey. And now my mission is really to just help other people.
Wow. You know that all the whole offering thing that actually happened to me, which is crazy. I said, "Oh, what is this? An offering? What are they offering me?" so,
That's
so
I know.
it's just so hilarious that you said that, because I'm just like, "Oh, great, an offering. Let me put more money in," and then you slap the top of something, and then it just goes crumbling down.
I know, because back then I was like, "What am I getting? Like, am I? What did I like? Actually thought I like got like extra shares or something, and didn't realize that no, you're actually losing money."
Wow. Yeah, that's
So,
I actually, the same thing happened to me too. Funny, and I bought it when the offering happened though. So
oh my
I
pretty
lost my money
cool.
instantly.
Oh my
I
goodness.
was like, hold on, what? What just happened?
So
oh
that's
my
a lesson.
gosh.
That's a lesson for all you noobs out there. When something says offering, do not slap it, please. Oh my goodness. So I know you went into trading,
Hmm.
talking about how you got started trading already. But a few things I want to know is, besides pennies, what else do you trade? Crypto, big boards, options, futures. What else is on your plate?
Oh, oh my gosh. I got to tell you guys, I have become a crypto. I'm starting to get into crypto, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But I became a options addict, and I was introduced to it to actually one of the traders in my room, and her name was Hawkeyes, and she said to me, "Hey, Vegas, you got to learn how to. You should be learning options because you love trading the mid cap stocks, large cap stocks." And I said, "What is that?" And so she said, "Oh my gosh, you have I got to tell you what it's all about." So her and I had a little chat, and then I said, "I got to do my homework on this because this is a totally new world for me." And I totally fell in love. And I fell in love probably from the fact that I saw how much money you could make, sometimes overnight or the same day. And I'm like, holy crap, you could make 100% in one day. And I'm, penny stocks, I'm sometimes waiting weeks to make 100%. So I was like really intrigued, but I will say options also can eat your money very quickly as well. So it's definitely something that did appeal to me. And I've actually moved a lot. I've moved from the penny stocks, gone extremely heavy into options. I would say it's probably about 80% of my trades are more options now. I still do the penny stocks swing trades. And I still like to do investments in some growth stocks. And I also have dipped into the crypto world, and I can tell you a little story about that if you don't mind.
Yes, please. We love crypto
I
here.
well, I was actually okay. So crypto, back in the day when Bitcoin was out, I mean, everyone can probably relate. I heard about Bitcoin. I did not know, like, first of all, how do you buy it? How do you put the money into the account? How do you get the money back? So I was obviously very uneducated, and I actually did not take the time even back then to research it because I actually thought crypto was a scam. So if I knew what I would know today, I mean, obviously, we'd be laughing our way to the bank. But fast forward to today, I mean, I don't own Bitcoin or any Ethereum at this time, but I did actually had my first crypto purchase earlier this year, and I actually purchased Doge right at the peak. Believe it or
Yes.
not, prior
Oh
to
no, not
Saturday,
at the
prior to
tweet. You bought the top.
don't even. Oh my God, I bought the top. Okay. So I had FOMO. Okay. And I bought it because, Elon Musk and the Saturday Night Live thing. I think I paid, I'm not even kidding. I think I paid like 65 cents. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in crypto. But it was so like to set up the account, I had no idea what I was doing. I couldn't even find a platform for Canadians. And I finally found an account on crypto.com. And so I'm like, okay, they take Canadians. So let me set up an account. So it was, I opened it up really quickly, got into Doge. And then, of course, unfortunately, it did pull back. The hype was there, the FOMO. So I ended up actually averaging down on the trade once it had a pullback, and then eventually I also I moved into one called SHIB, the Shiba coin, and because I love the Ethereum connection that it has, and I actually love the ecosystem that's really been developing with the recent creation of ShibSwap. So I think over time, depending how this goes, I mean, I've picked up a lot of shares on this one, so I think this could be, I would love to be a crypto billionaire on that one. But I will say I'm loving crypto in a sense that I'm not a day trader of crypto. I'm not even a swing trader. I am an investor in the crypto. So I believe in the Doge. I believe in the SHIB. And, I'm looking to see that a lot of coins are being more accepted now with ease, especially between Ethereum and Bitcoin. And, I saw recently also that, the Doge community. I mean, I was able to listen to one of the guests you had, Jenny Q, and she's a great follow. And I loved her story and passion for crypto and Bitcoin and her Doge Fest that she's planning in Vegas at the end of March. And, you guys can check it out at dogeconf.com for the Doji lovers. But definitely admire like her dedication and to retail traders and individuals about crypto and the Doge is just absolutely mind blowing. But what I really was intrigued too is that now Vitalik Buterin, who's obviously one of the founders of Ethereum, and of course, another Canadian, I mean, he's also involved in the Doji Foundation. So, I mean, I was really impressed to see that recently that he is part of the foundation and, he is part of that movement. So the fact that he's connected now with Doge, and I know that, Elon Musk has Jared Birchall who represents him, that is really intriguing as well to see that they're on the advisory board of Doge. So I'm kind of interested to see like what kind of collaborations will happen between, whether the Bitcoin asset and the Ethereum assets and what we're going to see in the future. So I'm definitely intrigued with crypto and definitely, getting myself more educated and learning a lot. I mean, I have seen so many coins, huge opportunities with, I believe it was SOL. I mean, that went from like, I think it was $1 earlier this year, I think in February, and that went over to $140. And then I even saw another one called Phantom, which is FTM, and that went from like 15 cents in July, and it's gone up like 500%. So I'm just like blown away by a lot of these cryptos. So yes, it has caught my attention. And I'm now in crypto, but more for long-term holds and not for anything short-term. And then the other thing too is a great follow too on Bitcoin. If you guys love Bitcoin, is a gentleman Bitcoin Ben, and we follow each other. And he's been on many podcasts, and he's a huge Bitcoin lover. And him and his wife are very involved in the Bitcoin community. So he's a great follow as well. And if you love crypto, you should subscribe for free. There's a platform called cryptonews.com. So I think that crypto is here to stay. It's definitely not going to go away. And I think it will definitely be the coin of the future.
Whoa. So, we love Doge here. So I know all the Doge lovers would love to hear it. And hey,
You
Christine,
see, Christine just popped in when she
we
heard
love
Oh,
you,
Doge.
girl.
Christine!
I
Once
know.
we
I
started
heard you
talking
said
about Doge.
Doge.
When
I heard
you
you
said
say
Doge,
Doge,
it
and then I
Thank
came
you
she
for
back.
your
just
last
appeared
name.
as soon as you said Doge. But I like how you went from, oh yeah, I'm just learning some crypto. I just bought crypto at the beginning of the year to you're this like crypto genius. I love it.
I'm getting obsessed with it. Especially like, when you see all these companies like accepting crypto. Like I saw recently a company called Catamaran Charter. And I don't know if you ever look them up. They are they're a Moana Cancun, and they actually charter a catamaran service where it comes with a private chef and a sommelier, and they will actually accept payment in Doji and Shib. I was like totally blown away by this, and this news came out about a week ago that they will accept those coins. So this to see that even for travel in the travel industry and even across the world, more businesses are accepting this. So it's obviously going to become the future currency, I believe, of the people. I think eventually we won't be using any U.S. dollars. We're all going to be using the decentralized finance as our wallets. I think we won't be dealing with the banks anymore.
Definitely. Did you see Twitter as well? They're allowing crypto to be used, well, Bitcoin and Ethereum, for tipping.
Oh, I did see that. I saw that they're going to have a feature there also on Twitter too. So yes, I mean crypto is just where it's becoming more and more accepted, and I think everyone's starting to not be scared. I think people are trusting it. I think the issue before for people was with how do you get your money back? Because that was kind of my concern years ago. So now I understand it, and now that you have like some trading experience, you understand how crypto works. I mean, I even got my brother-in-law in crypto. I made him open up an account, and he's never traded crypto in his life. So, and the thing is with trading, I mean, if you are a trading addict, I mean, the thing with crypto, you can trade 24/7. So if you love trading 24/7, I mean, you got to be in crypto. That's the place to be.
Yeah, I'm currently struggling with that right now.
Yeah,
I
he's a
can't stop.
yeah, he went totally left, and he just left stocks for good and just like
Oh my
just went crazy
gosh.
crypto. So he's like a crypto maniac. Um yeah, so we went into the deep dive with your crypto there. And now let's go back to stocks.
Yes.
So what was your most successful trade?
Oh, well, I would say one of my biggest ones I had was Givo. That was one of my big ones back in 2016. And then I had a really nice trade actually from OTC, which I don't always trade OTC, but I did trade one called TSNP, and that was a nice,
Whoa.
a nice, a nice payday on that one because I had that one back in the 30-cent zone. So that was a nice payday on that one. So I don't really, I don't really trade OTCs only because, I'm not familiar with how to trade, all the filings. I mean, that's just not my forte. I know you guys had Kiko Stocks on here. I love
Yeah.
him. He's the best
Yes,
OTC
he
teacher
is.
out there. And if
OTC
anyone wants to learn
method.
Oh yes, if anybody wants to learn OTC, he is the man because I tell you, I traded with him before. I learned from him before, and I mean, he's just phenomenal, and he's so patient and really just teaches you everything you need to know, how to read the filings, how to find the filings, just everything. So he is the guy. So I'm definitely in no way an OTC trader, but believe if I can find a good one or I hear of a good one, I will always check it out and do my own due diligence, and then from there decide to take a position or not, and obviously trade it at my own risk.
So, out of all of the trades that you've done, the most successful one was in the OTC.
That was one of the ones I had earlier this year. Yes, I did have a phenomenal trade though with Snapchat. I'm in terms of investing, I mean, I like to go into growth stocks, and I'm really more of, the story of the company. So don't really care what the chart's going to tell me, because I'm just interested in, what does this company going to do long term? Like, what is the vision of this company? What is the CEO's vision? And so I really loved the Snapchat story. I had read an article about the vision of the company, and that they're obviously a camera company, they're in artificial intelligence, and that really really intrigued me. And I recall that I was talking to some of these traders that I trade with, and we were talking last, almost a year ago from now, almost our anniversary of our Snapchat talk, and we were talking about Snapchat being like a long-term investment, and I was saying, this is going to be the next Facebook. I said I really believe that. And the stock at the time that I was looking at it was around the $23 range, and you can see, where it is today. So I have done very well on Snapchat, and
Wow.
my position, I've scaled out a big chunk of the position. Only because I want to obviously take profits and move into other things, but I still have a position, but not as my exposure is not as big. But I mean, I love Snapchat, and I mean, I don't think it'll ever go back down to that entry where it was a year ago. I mean, it's just had an amazing growth story. But again,
Where
it's
is it now?
right now. Snapchat recently closed at 75.08 on Friday. So
Wow.
it's had quite the run.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So that was
Good
a
call.
good one.
So
Okay.
now that we talked about all the good and the beautiful things about trading and your beautiful Snapchat and TSMP, shout out to the OTC.
Yes.
Um, now let's tell us about what was the biggest mistake you had when trading, and what did you learn?
Well, I will say, because I've evolved into options, and I will say, holding on to an options trade that was really decaying and had a really big loss last November on Netflix. I had actually bought some Netflix calls, and the calls had pulled back because the stock was going down, so the contract was decaying, and I still had time on the contract, and I thought, well, let me just average down, and that was a really big mistake, because what ended up happening in the end was the contracts lapsed, and I lost a lot of money. It was over $50,000 on that trade. And so, what I learned about that was, and that was, painful, because in a way, even though you have money to trade, nobody likes to take a loss like that, but it is part of trading. But the thing is, I could have probably minimized that loss by, closing the trade a lot sooner. And, sometimes as a trader, you get a little stubborn, because you sometimes want to believe that, no, my trade, I believe in my trade, and I believe in my setup. And, it's a personal choice. And so, you will, average down because you feel that that's what you want to do, and you believe in what you see. And then, of course, it doesn't work out. So, I still make the mistakes. I mean, that's just part of trading. I don't know anybody that trades for all these years that still doesn't make mistakes. And, you always learn from it. So that was a big one, though. That was a really big one. So it's still kind of I got to the point where I didn't want to trade Netflix at all and stay away from it. And I finally made a Netflix trade about a week ago. It was my first trade in Netflix in quite a long time. So it kind of stung me for a while, and it was kind of like on my don't trade, not because of anything about the company. It was just a personal thing, and I finally took a trade on it about a week ago. So I'm, okay. Netflix and I are okay.
Yeah,
But
now you guys are Netflix and chill now.
yeah, now we're Netflix and chill. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's exciting. And I mean, the good thing is, like, we make mistakes, and it's huge lessons that we learn. And we're able to use it, like, to our advantage, like, in the future trades that we do. So, with that said, tell us about your trading strategy. Like, what do you think your trading strategy is for stocks?
At one time I was very into the charts, and I'm not saying that I don't look at charts, and I don't look at that, but I mean, I have really changed my trading in the last couple years, and I think a lot of it had to be influential from my friend Tony Stark, and he really got me to see the stocks in a totally different way. And one of the things I really look for, a lot more than I did years ago, was I really look at the money flow, and I'm actually looking at dark pool prints. And what I like to do is I like to see like where are these fat cats putting their money, and try to see on the charts where can this play out. I mean, you never know if they're buying or selling. You have to obviously chart it out and see like where's the resistance, where's the support. But I definitely look at the money flow. I love looking at the volume. I'm a big volume trader, and I always believe, volume precedes price. So I definitely look at that. On swing trades, I like to look at the 55 EMA and the 65 EMA on the weeklies, because I like to see, that's usually where the hedge funds like to come in, especially on, the stocks that are over, the $10 prints. And I also like to use the Bollinger Bands a lot too. So I really like to use the Bollinger Bands on my charts. And then, I'll look at, if I'm day trading something or looking for a short-term swing, I will look at the 20-day moving average, the 50, the 200, the typical levels that traders like to look at. But a lot of times I really like to look at the volume. And then I like to also look at the float. I mean, a lot of people sometimes overlook the float. And I really like to look at the float, because it's going to really help me determine, is it a low float? And, what are the fundamentals on this? What does the weekly look like? Because sometimes a daily chart can look really bad, but you look at the weekly and it's actually really good. So when I look at the daily, I'm like, is the support there? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'm comfortable taking the trade, especially if the weekly is still intact, because sometimes those pullbacks are an actual gift. So it's really important to look at the big picture and don't just say, oh my God, stock's tanking, it's bad. Well, maybe today it's pulled back, but overall in the weekly, the support's still there. So you should really look at it sometimes as an opportunity to take the trade. So I don't really do anything special with all these lines on my charts and things like that. I really like to use, I chart with Real Flow Trade. I love their platform a lot, because they also have the money flow charted on their charts. And I love tracking block trades and dark pool. And they chart it, like their platform charts it on the chart. So it's so easy for me to use their charts. And I also love Trend Spider, because they have a lot of built-in scans as well. So, as time goes on and you get more experience as a trader, you want to be able to have subscriptions to, some other, charting tools. But, for a long time, honestly, I was using stock charts because they have a free version. And I mean, I was using FinViz too, and I still think that those are still good. And I also like TradingView. So I use so many different chart tools. But it just depends like what you're more comfortable with and what you're looking for. But all these different chart tools can help you. It just depends like what fits with what you're looking for. But I really like a lot Real Flow Trade and Trend Spider, because this Trend Spider has a lot of scans, and they have like all these like special clouds that you can use. And Real Flow Trade has the money flow on there, and that was really like enlightening for me. So those I've been using for my trading. So I really am a big money flow trader, though, for sure.
Taking notes here.
Yeah. Oh, girl, you gave us some good information. I
Yes.
honestly, I just typed down a few things. I'm not going to lie, but I will contact you later for more information.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
filling up my notebook over here.
Exactly. I love her. But yeah, so I know we talked about the indicators already.
Yes.
But can you just give us a brief rundown on the indicators you use, just real quick?
The ones that I just mentioned?
Yes.
Yes. So I like to use the 55-day and the 65-day on the weeklies. And then on the daily, I like to look at the 20, the 50, and the 200. And I also, like to pay attention to the volume bars. Very important to pay attention to the volume bars, because I like to see, if the volume's still slowly creeping in, and is like I always look at, a lot of times I'll go on Yahoo Finance, and I'll actually go back and see like what was the volume today and what was the volume yesterday, so I can look and see if there's an increase in the volume, or is the volumes averaging the same? Is there some sort of volume pattern that's changing? because it's going to highlight to me that there is some action potentially happening here on the stock or very unusual volume. I will pay attention to that too. And you know, from an options perspective, if there's a very unusual options flow, you know, sometimes I will even take a position on the actual commons as well, because I'm like, ooh, something's brewing here. And I mean, I gotta tell you, like, I love to trade short squeezes too. So if I see something where the shorts are going to get crushed, I'm in. So so I, you know, I love to do. I call them the barbecues, right? Because I'm like, let's roast some shorts.
Oh my God, let's do it.
Make them cover. Make them cover.
I
So
love it. The barbecues.
so
That is
yes,
it.
I love
That's a
it.
good one.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm like,
Christine is forever the barbecues now. We're gonna take them to the barbecue. We're taking you to the cookout, baby.
that's it. Yeah, put you on the grill. I'm like, you know, shorts are going on this grill tonight.
Oh my God, that's so
I
freaking
love it. Oh
funny.
my God. So now we got through the indicators. Uh well, how do you prep for the market? Do you have like any music that you play to? Because I'm a music person. That
I
what
know.
music
Well,
do you play?
so honestly, I don't play any music. So
What?
I know it's crazy, but like I normally in the morning, if I when I try to prep, like I used to do. Okay, so I used to do my pre-market trading at night, and I would go through like dozens of charts and make a list, make a watch list, and I'm like, okay, these are the ones for tomorrow, and they're on my list. And whether it was for shorting and or going long. And when I say short, I don't really short stocks, but I'm looking at it from the options to buy puts. So um, I was noticing a lot of times when I would make my list at night, then sometimes the next day, depending on the market conditions, news, and things like that, all of a sudden this watch list was like no good. Or, you know, a lot like it just totally changed. So now I change it where I do the watch list in the morning. And what I do is I go through, you know, I look at the pre-market action, like which ones have news, which ones are running up, which ones are have gapped up overnight or even like gapped down based on the pre-market, you know, the scanners that are going off. And then I look at my news feed. And I use the Trade Exchange. I love the Trade Exchange. They do a pre-market prep, and I usually know in the morning like what is happening, what happened overnight in the market, and you know they give me any kind of unusual activity or volume that's going on. I am not a pre-market trader. I rarely trade pre-market, and only because you know, for me, with my experience I've been burned a lot of times with pre-market. And I remember when I was trading with Kiko, he used to say pre-market's the biggest scam. Like that kind of like resonated with me when he said that. And so sometimes pre-market, depending on what's going on, you know, you could have a runner, but at the same time, we know that a lot of times those pre-market pops, you will get a pullback later in the morning or later that day. So now I totally stay away from pre-market unless I love the weekly chart. I tell people it's a nice entry for a swing, but you don't, there's no rush to get in. You can get in when the market opens. So very rarely do I trade pre-market, but I don't play any music at all. And I think it's because I have a lot of like action going on as it is in my workspace. I have like the trade ideas screaming in the background. I have the trade exchange giving me their squawk information. And so, you know, George is talking. And so I'm like, okay, that's a lot of noise as it is. So I don't, and I also watch sometimes in the morning Fox Business News. I like to listen to Maria Bartiromo talking in the morning. So I, you know, don't really play any music. So my music is the market,
Yeah,
the
you
news
have
from the
so much
market.
going on. There would be no freaking room for the music, right?
No, I mean, but don't get me wrong. Like, I love music. I love all kinds of music. It's just that in the morning, I just not interested to listen to music because I just want to, you know, my music is the market. I want to hear like, what is the scanner saying? The scanner is my music. You know, the trade ideas. Lisa Ann, we call her Lisa Ann in my room, and so we were like, what is she saying? What is she screaming? What is she yelling? So we're like, okay, let me make note of these all these actions tickers, and then let's see what's happening with them, and then you know look at the charts, and then kind of plan some you know potential ideas for the day.
And I think like when going back a little bit to the pre-market, right? Zach Morris calls it what, the morning flush.
Yeah, he does. He does. He calls it the morning flush, and and that's a great name for it. And for me, it's like the gap down, or I sometimes like to call it, the roller coaster trade, because it just now went for a huge dive. So now the roller coaster trade where it went up, now it went all the way down, and now there's an opportunity for reversals. And I gotta tell you, I love trading reversals because there's really good opportunities, especially when you take a look at the float and you can see that the volumes precede price. There's been a float rotation. When you see a float rotation, you have to pay attention to the trade, because a lot of times you will see that later in the day the float will flip and you'll see a new high of day being made. So that's also something that all traders, I'm sure a lot of traders pay attention to that, but if anyone's new to trading, or they've never really paid attention, like, it's really important to watch the volume for the day and what is the size of the float. And even if the stock's pulled back and it already made a high of day, just watch it for the day, because a lot of times you'll see a higher high happening even sometimes 2 hours later. And you'll be like, oh
Yeah.
my God, it's running again. It's like, yes, of course. I mean, the float's just flipped. So sometimes I will tweet out and say, guys, float has flipped. And I'll put like a picture of Flipper. Remember that show, Flipper? And
I
so,
remember Flipper.
yeah, so I'll tell people, so I try to bring awareness to the trading community that this has flipped. And so to pay attention, that there could be a trading opportunity for you especially on the common side. I mean, that's the angle I usually like to take. I love trading float rotations or reversals or things that had a flush or roller coasters. Like, if I can trade them, I'm in.
Yeah, that's perfect. And because you're so full of information, I know everyone's wondering, like, do you offer any mentorships at all?
Well, you know what? In my Discord room, I mean, I'm on voice all day in my room, so my room's kind of like, it's a busy room. It feels like a bit of a live podcast. It's almost like you're on the New York Stock Exchange floor, because you got the news going on, you got the trade ideas going on, and I'm commenting during the day. I am talking about the trades. I am giving real time news. I am commenting on what is happening with this chart. So I am trying as best as I can during the day to give information about the action in the market and what is running right now, and really try to get the people in my room, my team, focused on the runners. And I have a lot of like money flow traders in my room, people with way more experience than me, and they are hawks on the money. I mean, they are just calling trades. And, sometimes it can be overwhelming. And you're like, there's so many good trades to take. But it's like, you know what? Just focus on the one or two runners that are running for the day. And then I also have some swing trades that I focus on and try to just my longer term swings. And when I say longer term, I'm talking more, sometimes 2-3 days, up to 3 weeks, sometimes longer. And I usually try to help people with those kinds of trades, because not everyone can day trade. Day trading is not for everyone. And it's not easy sometimes to get in and out, even with options. I mean, sometimes people are in, it runs, they've made 20-30%, and they're not selling the contract. They're still holding. Next thing you know, it pulls back, and now they it doesn't reverse. So even with day trading options, you have to grab the money and scale out. And, I've made that mistake. I mean, I've taken option calls and I didn't take the money because I've gotten greedy too. And I learned my lesson. I'm always learning. Like, sometimes I'm like, holy crap, why didn't I take the profits? That was so stupid. And I tell my room, like, my room knows, like, I'm real. I'm like, guys, oh my God, I didn't take profits. Or I'm yelling at them, guys, take profits, scale out, sell those contracts, roll up. So I am telling them, giving them, orders. And
Yeah.
so and they, like, a lot of times, like, we laugh in the room because they appreciate it, because sometimes we all become human and we get so emotional, and you get so involved with where people are staring at their P&L and they're like, oh my God, I'm up so much. It's like, who cares? Like, just take the money and
They
roll it
get
up.
frozen. I think people get frozen and they're like staring,
Yeah,
like, oh my God, if I could make this much, what's
Mhm.
another 10%?
Christine.
And
I
then,
know.
hey, stop attacking me, doll. Stop attacking me.
Christine,
She has
it's
to
so
call me, and
true.
she'll
I
call me,
had
and I'm
to.
like,
I
what?
couldn't.
And
I
she's like,
couldn't.
I know what you're doing. Take profits right now. And I'm
I
like,
do. I
no.
literally have to call her. I'm watching her stocks all day, and I have
Oh
to give
my
her a phone call.
gosh.
Like,
That's
hey, take
hilarious. I
profits
love
now.
it. Yeah.
Like, this
So
thing
I
is going down.
So I try, some people say, you can't handhold everyone, and I get it, but sometimes I try to remind people, okay, guys, take profits. And, if they do, they do. If they don't, well, then, don't come crying to me, because you know what? You didn't take the profits and you were being a little too greedy. So it does happen. It's human nature, and
Yes.
it's
I'm
the
glad you
beast. It's
said this.
trading beast. Yeah.
Yes. So how do we access your rooms? Like if people want to access it?
Well, if people want to access my room, I have a link on my Twitter page. They can access it. I was actually, thinking about, I'm not doing a Labor Day promotion or anything like that. If anybody is interested in joining my room, they can just message me through Twitter, private message. Tell me why you want to be in my room, and I'm going to be giving out free passes for the month of September. So I want to give back to the trading community. So if anyone's interested, just message me on Twitter, direct message to my mailbox. I will go through all the messages. I want to just know why you want to be part of the room, not just, oh, because I want to learn. Like, I just want to know like a little bit about your trading and, why you want to be part of it. And I'm definitely going to give out passes to as many people as I can,
Wow.
that
Yes.
need that, that want the experience and the opportunity. And you know what? If they want to join after that, that's their choice. If they don't want to join, then that's okay too. You have to find a room that fits with your trading style too, because I've, in my past, I've been in rooms that were not a fit for me, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to find like what room suits you and your style. And, you have to make sure that you like where you are, because that's kind of like your hub where you're going to be.
Absolutely.
I
I'm like,
love it, and I think
that's the number one thing.
yeah, I think a lot of these traders out here could definitely learn from you. And I'm gonna say this to my stockianas in the crowd: you better reach out. I'm telling you, it seems like it's worth it. All my girl traders.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, and and I love that we're all talking together tonight, because I'd love to meet more women traders and get more women involved in the trading community, because there's so many women out here that trade, that they're they I'd love to connect with them, and for them to connect with all of us, because we're so we're underrated. So many great women traders, and I don't really see so many on social media, and I know there's a ton out there that I have not don't even that I don't even know exist, really. So I would love to hear more about women, and see more women in the industry. So I am looking to make changes to that, because eventually I want to launch a podcast, and I want to have it so that I can get engaged with more women traders out there. And I'm going to be looking to co-host it with another female trader named Josie, and her and I met from my trading room. So we want to look to do a podcast that can engage more women in the financial capital markets. And the
Amazing.
fact is, you don't even need an education. Like, that's what I want people to know. You don't need an education. Like, you don't need like all these degrees to learn how to trade stocks or learn this market. As long as you have the interest and you're willing to take the time and learn, then that's great. As long as you have that desire. But you don't need any financial credentials or anything like that. You could be a high school dropout. It doesn't matter. And you know what? Anyone can learn. I mean, kids can learn too. So, I
PB,
think
Shout out to
I just want
PB.
to note, PB, you are not dropping out of school just because
No,
you said that.
PB,
He's
you
no,
in
better
high
stay in
no,
school.
school.
stay in school. But I meant, like, there's people that have, stories out there. Stay in school and, get your diploma. But I'm just saying, it's all, even if you're in school, you can still learn about stocks, and, you can definitely learn more, and obviously, learn from people. Like, people want to, learn from other people, and I think that's what I love the most. That there's so many great people on, even through the FinTwit community, that really want to help,
Yes.
and that's what makes it exciting for me. So I love helping people, and I think sometimes I go really above and beyond, but I don't know. It's like it's just in my nature to do that. So I'm very open to meeting people that are interested to learn, and love to hear from you. So feel free to reach out.
Yes, and I love that you're offering free passes to your room. She just said that here on OTC Club, so reach out to her. And Doll,
Yes.
she has the Stockianas group. She has like 80 to 100
Yeah.
girls that trade under her. So you guys have to connect on that before you
Yes.
launch your podcast.
Oh,
She
yes,
has
for
80 to
sure.
100
We will
girls.
be
So.
talking. We will be
Definitely.
talking.
Oh yeah, we got lots of plans now. We got lots of
Yes,
plans.
we have lots of plans. But all right, you ready, Christine? You ready for our game?
Yes, Rue, do you
Let's
have
go.
a game sound? I didn't get it
Do,
together.
do, do.
Yeah.
I don't have it ready.
There you go. That's
Okay,
the
well,
game
there's that.
side.
Okay, so Vegas, you have
Yeah.
30 seconds to
Okay.
name a ticker that you're super excited about and why. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so my ticker is going to be Mara, and super excited about this one. I believe that Bitcoin has so much room to go high, a lot higher than where we are right now. I think between now and the end of the year, I won't be surprised to see Bitcoin hit $85,000 or more. And I know that sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but that is just, everything I've looked at, everything I'm reading. Bitcoin should be a lot higher than what it is right now. And so because we know that Mara has a strong connection to Bitcoin, that would be a great one, in my opinion, for, my just not a recommendation. I'm just giving you my opinion, obviously, to consider, going long on the option side or long on the actual stock. I won't be surprised to see Mara hit around $85 by the new year. And we know that Mara recently, what did it close at? I think it closed at, let me just double check. Mara closed on Friday at 43.41. So I'm thinking this can go another double on Mara as a swing trade. And I have another one if you want a little bonus. I want to just mention one called Sava. Sava had some Sava drama recently,
SAVA?
and really that
SAVA.
yes,
Yes.
SAVA.
Okay.
And that stock had a big beating and closed around $50 on Friday, $50.20. And recently, the stock actually was up around $146 back on July 29, so almost a little over a month ago. And it just had, like I said, Sava drama, and really the issue there was that there's some sort of a lawsuit. They're saying that the company's fraudulent. It is not fraudulent. I think that that has nothing to do with their Alzheimer's drug that they're looking to take to a phase 3 trial. It's already in front of the FDA. So I think if as a trader and you think big picture, can you overlook those accusations? I think that this stock is going to have a huge reversal. So definitely keep this one on watch.
All right.
Sure will.
Sava, and Mara are your
Sava
two.
and Mara, you
Okay.
guys heard it.
Sounds saucy. All right, you guys. All right, you guys. Do we have any questions here from the panel before we go to the audience?
Rue, I feel like this is all you, bro. I always fuck you over. Go crazy.
Nah, dude. It's your spotlight. Go ahead.
No, that's you, Rue. You
Oh
got
my
it.
goodness! Stop being so polite.
You
He
guys
always
go.
gets.
Ask away. Ask
Matt
away.
always gets first dibs.
Okay, Matt. You go. You get first dibs, Matt.
No, it's okay. I'll go ahead.
That a boy,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I'm a little nervous. This is
I
my
love your
first time
laugh.
going first. All right. So, well, you piqued a lot of interest for me with the crypto that you're so involved. I didn't realize how much. And for my question really is, I know you're a long-term holder, so you're more so probably looking for, the main market. But have you started looking into kind of DeFi low cap? Well, not even low cap, but we like to call them shit coins.
Like altcoins.
Altcoins.
Oh, okay.
Have you
So
ever traded altcoins?
No, I don't like. I don't even know if these are altcoins. Like I traded one time Sand. Sand was one that I traded, and it's like a bit of a gaming, a gaming coin, and I sold that one a little too soon. So I'm not sure if that one's for part of your alt. What about the one that I was thinking that I mentioned earlier, one called Phantom? I don't know if that's considered an altcoin because again, I'm not really well versed in crypto.
Yeah.
But definitely like Phantom is one that I was looking at only because I was really intrigued with the fact that they're in the gaming sector, and that intrigued me. I think they have something going on with Atari, and I think that's one that I'm going to look into a little closer. So I don't know if that's going to answer your question, but I am intrigued. I research, and I can certainly get back to you on something like that because if we DM and things like that, I'd be happy to engage with you in further conversations about that for sure.
Definitely. No, I'm very excited that you're so involved with the space.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything other than Bitcoin they consider an altcoin. But okay, so we'll just connect a little bit more. But that's awesome. That's awesome. And my other question is, have you started looking into NFTs? I know Matt is an NFT
Really?
head.
What?
I know you stole Matt's question, Rue.
I knew it. I knew it. See, that's
Okay,
why you got to
so
go first, Matt.
No,
I
you got it.
know.
Go crazy.
Okay, so oh my gosh, like so honestly, this NFTs really caught my attention because I'm like, what is an NFT? Now I know non
Yes.
fungible token. But then I was thinking like, okay, so if you buy one of these digital assets, and so I have it, and so no one can really see it. So it's basically like owning like a little cartoon, or they say they're called virtual, like it's virtual digital item. And then I guess, how do I guess it just stays in your, I guess it stays in your wallet, right? Like it stays in the digital ledger, right? And it just sits there. So, it could be videos, could be audio, could be digital files. I am so impressed with this NFT. I mean, my gosh, I'm going to be looking at this a little closer because I am really impressed. I was reading something about the Doge NFT that someone
Mm.
had one where they bought and spent $4 million for a Doge NFT. And
What?
yeah, and they spent $4 million on a Doge NFT. And recently, they broke it up into millions or billions of
Oh,
little pieces, and
fractions.
now they're selling it
Wow.
as
Yes.
fractions.
So
Yes, I
people
was.
can also, like, other people can own it. It's crazy.
Whoa.
Yes, that
That's so
is
cool.
Yep.
crazy.
And they continue to make
So
residual income off of it too. It's crazy.
yes, so that's now starting to intrigue me too. So I just need to understand how it all works. I don't even know, like, I have to research, like, how do you even buy it? How does it work? Where does it go in my ledger? So I'm definitely intrigued though, because I think some of these NFTs I've actually looked at, they're so cute. Like, I just want to, like, own it. So,
Like Furbies, right? Like Furbies.
yeah. So I said, oh
She's
my
like,
God,
gotta catch them all.
I
Pokemon.
know. It's so
NFTs.
it's so adorable. So I'm like, I want one.
Dude, I
Yes.
cannot lie. Doge Pound, they released their what is it, puppy Doges or whatever. They were
Yes.
This
The
adorable, dude.
Dogepound NFTs. They're so cute.
I felt like they were real puppies. I just wanted to like kiss them.
Oh, I know it's so cute. So I
They
want
did
to.
a great job though.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna check out these NFTs because they're just adorable. But some of them are like really expensive. So I'm like,
So,
wow,
so
Yes.
how do you decide?
an interesting thing that they actually started considering, like their mentality in the NFT market, they don't see it as dollars anymore. They like for Ethereum is just for Ethereum. They just consider it crypto. So if it's $4 million, they only see the fourth Ethereum or whatever, you know, hypothetically.
Wow.
The
So
crazy thing about that is it's being 4 million too. Like they, initially they bought that at like a floor price of way less, and then
exactly.
all of a sudden, like, the popularity of the artist, just like in the real world, right? This sounds so weird, but in the real world, we have
the real
artists,
world.
and the more popular they get and the more in demand they get, the pricing of their artwork just shoots up like crazy. So same thing with the digital assets too.
Wow. Well,
Very,
I gotta tell you, I'm intrigued. That's for sure.
very
Definitely.
Matt, do you want to add on
Yeah,
into any
I
questions?
want to show her a little bit. So we got
Okay.
the
I'm
Moon
chilling.
Boys coming. The Moon Boys. They drop September 9th. It's minting on the 9th. I'm telling you right now. I can't
I'm a
release
fan.
all the names,
Okay.
but I can just let you know it's going to be massive. Like, I'm talking, you're going to see Moon
Okay.
Boys sell for millions of dollars. Just wait.
Yeah.
Oh my
Give it about
gosh.
6 months and you're
Okay.
going to see these things
It's
going from
dropping
I'm
on
gonna
September 9th, so you
We're
need to
we're
shoot her
moon
I'm
that
boy
gonna
info.
we're moon
I'm
boy
gonna hit you.
lovers.
I'm gonna
Yes,
hit you guys up on that because I'm definitely want to be part of that. Then that's for sure.
You saw like the Apes project and all that thing. So
Yes.
all of the people of that project are trying to whale into this project.
Yes.
But the leadership is really aware of that, so they're creating mint passes and whitelists and different things too, because you got to remember in this space there's gas prices, right? And so if you drop with 11,000 pieces all going at once, the gas prices are going to be tens of thousands of dollars because everyone's trying to mint at once. So they're doing a pre-mint launch. Like there's a lot of different things to it. And from my understanding, there's going to be video games. You're going to unlock characters. Like there's a whole roadmap that they're trying to
Wow, this
follow.
And
sounds like a
building like
massive
tangible.
market.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
it's
interesting.
crazy.
And then
It's
like my
crazy.
last thing would be like think about an artist, right? So they drop an NFT and they drop an album through an NFT, right? So now part of that you own that art, right? But now every week you go unlock your NFT and it drops you another track of that album. Something along those lines. Like there's just so many different avenues that they're going to go with this. But, I've already seen it with musical artists. Like I said, they drop a track each week or two tracks and yeah, it really does lead to decentralization and it's something that, I have a lot of buddies in the low float market that they're playing NFT sympathy plays and I love it, but instead of making 20% playing your sympathy plays, why not take that money and go throw it in an NFT? I know it sounds insane, but at the infancy of Bitcoin, all of cryptos, people thought those people were nuts as well. And I plan on being an NFT millionaire. So when I do, I'll let you guys know. But
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna be right
Definitely.
there with you, my guy.
Matt,
Look,
Matt,
Yes.
I like how you nerded out on NFTs for like 3 weeks straight. I
Right?
like it.
dude, I
this
just
dude
stopped.
became a guru in like an hour, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, I stopped
Insane.
tweeting. Like I literally stopped tweeting out plays, and I've just like been in my NFT world, watching video after video after video. Dude, mad respect to the miners. But like I said, I wouldn't be in this position without you, Christine. I wouldn't be in this position without you, Rue, Doll. None of you guys. You guys are some crypto nerds. So, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Shout out all the crypto nerds. We gotta
We
bring
just
Vegas
gotta
with us
get
now.
All the
freaking
crypto.
West Coast
Oh,
closer.
by the way,
We're
I got
gonna
I, I
close
got
in
it.
on West Coast closer now.
Hey,
Moon
I gotta
Vegas was
Boys.
saying something.
I gotta
He
just
loves
gotta
Moon
Now
Boys.
just
Matt
gotta
just
guys
keeps Matt just
tell
keeps about to
you.
go.
Wait, let
Hey
Vegas
guys,
talk.
let Vegas
Oh my
go.
Yeah,
god.
no, I just want to tell you guys that. Oh my god, I forgot to mention. I wanted to tell you guys because we're talking about like social media and crypto and OTC, and so there's a new platform that launched called Chatter Quant. I don't know if you guys heard of it. It just launched last week, and this is an artificial social media sentiment tracker. And the founder Chris, who launched it. This tool is actually they have a free model and then they have a subscription model, but it's going to show you like what is trending on Reddit, what is trending on Twitter. And this is going to be like a game changing, I think, for trading stocks too, because, if you want to, if instead of having to follow all these people and see what they're saying on Twitter, you will get like everything on this one page. So it's going to show you like
Wow.
what's trending, the social stock of the day. It shows you cryptos. It shows you market and futures. It's going to even show you, they're going to launch some new features too, I think, about, short squeeze of the day and so many like really cool things that I'd love to talk about, but we don't have enough time. But I'm definitely going to do probably a Twitter space with Chris from ChatterQuant probably in the next couple weeks. But I will say definitely one to follow his Twitter account at ChatterQuant, and they're going to be putting all kinds of information. But definitely for those of us that love, we were talking about crypto. I was so impressed to see that his platform is even going to have like social chatter on crypto. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta check this out. So another tool that's really going to track social media sentiment, and I love this artificial intelligence that's going to make it easier to see like what's
Very
going on, because
cool.
who has time to go check, like I don't have time to go look on what are people on Reddit saying, like what are people saying on other platforms. I don't
Yeah.
know, you
Like
don't have time.
Stock Twits, Investor
Yeah, so
Hub,
now I
or
can.
whatever.
So now exactly. So now with ChatterQuant, the concept is that it's going to give you all that social media sentiment tracking, all in one place to make it easier for you as a trader too. So I will definitely be utilizing the platform this week, and so I'm definitely going to like share with you guys like stuff that's coming across my attention, and it'll definitely be interesting to see is this tool helping with bringing to your attention, potential activity in the market that might be, better pay attention, as I like to say, because there's opportunity for you to hopefully make money. And this has nothing to do with like the chart. And so I'm loving what I'm seeing. So I'm definitely going to, definitely share this with you guys, and this way you guys can definitely see what this is all about, because it's new for me too. So I'm definitely going to be sharing with you guys. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I'll be happy to share the information. And if anyone has questions too about the product when it comes out, like you can reach out to ChatterQuant, because they're new and they take suggestions, no problem. So definitely I will share what I find, because I'm definitely looking to do some barbecues next week.
Barbecue. Barbecue. Shout out to Kiko Stocks is in here now, and also
Is he?
Cheddar. Yeah, he came to see his girl. So and also
love Kiko. I love him. The best OTC.
and also Cheddar Quaint is in here also. So shout out to them.
Nice.
Those are two people that you mentioned. So I just want to let you know
Nice.
they're in the audience.
Awesome.
They're
Hi,
watching
Cheddar.
you.
Hi, Chris.
They're supporting you.
Awesome.
All right, now
Thank you.
we can take some questions from the audience. Please request up, and we will let you up here.
Matt, did you have a question? West Coast Closer?
Matt. Before we
No,
get
I
off.
was just gonna say thanks for coming on. I definitely checked your page out, and that's funny you just mentioned that, because someone reached out to me, or I was speaking with someone on that same regards of a social media thing where you can punch in a keyword and it checks all the platforms, all the sediment. So definitely intrigued on hearing what you say about that. And no, go ahead, take some questions.
Thank you, Matt. All right, we have Dustin. Hey, Dustin, what you got to say? Unmute your mic, please. You guys always forget.
Dustin, click that mic so it unmutes. All right,
Oh,
he dropped down.
he just kicked himself
and he
off.
waited. The thing is, he waited so long to get up here.
Oh, did he?
Yes,
Dustin.
he waited so long to get up here. Hey, Josie.
Josie's not gonna choke though.
Dustin.
She's not.
And the Pussycats. All right, Josie. Hey.
Okay, I hear the melody.
Really, Josie and the Pussycats?
Hey, Josie.
That's a good one.
I love it. Love to hear it. Hey, Josie, what you got to say?
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Hey,
Great.
Josie,
Who
how you
loves
doing?
our Vegas? Hit the 100. That's all I have to say. Everybody loves our Vegas.
Even I do.
Yes.
Oh.
So cute.
You know what? This is my son. He has a question for Vegas, actually. So, come here, Sal. Come here.
I'm
Hi, Sal.
I'm 9 years old. At what age do you think I should start learning how to trade?
You know what? That is an amazing question. I love it. And I think you should learn now, because the younger you are, the better, because you can learn basic. There's so many things you can learn about stocks. You can learn about, I'm sure there's a lot of games or toys that you like, or products out there that you use that you don't even know are publicly traded companies that
Roblox.
you can even just learn about investing.
He said
there you
Roblox.
go. So there you go. So your mom can get you some shares of Roblox, and that would be something that you can track. But I think you're ready. I think it's time. Yeah, definitely. Your mom should get you a trading account and set it up under her name, and you could you could pick the stocks, and she could
trade.
Yeah, even paper trade to practice, so that when you're ready and you're of legal age, you can start making that money.
So, one more question.
Do you think I will make enough money to buy a Lamborghini by the time we trade?
Win Lambo.
He said
win
Lambo.
Oh my
Did
God.
you just say win Lambo?
That's his first
Win
words. Win
Lambo.
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 Oh my gosh. I think you can definitely get a Lambo, no problem. I mean, if you are passionate, you're going to learn and, keep compounding those gains. I think you can definitely get yourself a Lambo. You're just going to be part of the Lambo club.
He compounds from age 5. You're going to be
right there. I love you.
You're welcome, Sal. So sweet.
There you go. There is the questions from the 9-year-old here.
Oh my
So
God.
this is
Amazing.
Does that
Tell
mean
him to
we?
I
connect with PB.
Yeah,
Our
I was just
guy
gonna say that
PB.
we got some
Connect with
competition
PB.
for PV now.
Yes, PB's
PB,
a
PB,
super
you have somebody
successful
to
trader.
mentor, PB. You have
He's
somebody to
14
mentor.
years old.
PV inspiring the
He's
younger
so
ones.
cute.
Yeah, let's go.
so listen, I have a question for Vegas. Okay, Vegas.
Yes.
Name two goals that you will consider yourself at your peak because you want to do so many things. Okay? Name two goals that you will feel that you have achieved your accomplishments in your career and in life.
I will say that definitely when I become a crypto billionaire, I will have
Yeah.
definitely achieved a major milestone. And then I think the second thing would be that I would actually probably stop trading. I would not be trading anymore after I've achieved that level of success, and I would actually be taking a big portion of my money, and I would be looking to help a lot of organizations that are really to help women in financial literacy. So I think that would be like my passion, and I'd probably look at funding things and donating to actual financial literacy events and causes. And I think I would pursue that passion of mine. So I would definitely not be trading anymore, though, and that would be the end of my trading career. But I would be giving back in a different way, and I think that would be like making me feel like I'd feel so rewarding for me, that feeling of giving back, knowing that people need that break, people need that chance, and I would love to be able to do something like that. When the
Wow.
opportunity presents itself. So yes, if some of these coins do well, I will be pursuing
And
that.
NFTs.
Oh yeah, and NFT. Don't forget, yes, the moon coin, the
Moon
moon
boys,
NFT,
moon
moon
boys.
Moon
boys, moon
boys.
boys. Yes,
Moon
Boy.
boys.
yes, yes.
Great, great. Thank you so much. Awesome, awesome. And I just want to let everyone that is listening, I am a member in I Love Stocks. I've been trading with Vegas for about 4 years now, and being a member in her room, it's so rewarding. She is a wealth of knowledge, along with all the other traders that are in that room. Shout out to Bascat, Tony Stark, Road Trader, MDB, excellent traders that have turned people's lives around. So, don't miss the opportunity to just be in her room and, put in that request to get that free monthly access and just get to know Vegas. She is amazing trader. And that's all I have to say.
Thank
Bye.
you,
Thank you,
Josie.
Thank
thank
you,
you, thank you,
Josie.
Josie.
We love you
Thank
now.
you.
You have to come on here often.
Yeah. She's full of energy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
So
will.
now,
I'd love to
Definitely.
come on with
Love
you
you guys.
guys.
Love you guys.
thank you.
Alrighty.
We
So
have EC.
EC, hey EC, what's up, buddy?
Yo, 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 what's going on? Good
Hi,
evening,
What
EC.
everybody.
up?
What's up, player?
Hi
Hi.
guy, how you
What's
doing?
up? What's up? Good, good. Hey, first of all, thank you for hosting this, and thank you, Vegas, for being such an open book with everybody. I appreciate that a lot.
Thank you.
So this question is more for everybody that's listening because I would like for everybody to actually hear from somebody else's perspective as well. So to me, at the beginning, it seemed like you were more of a technical trader, since I heard you mention that you look at the volume, whenever you're looking at your trades. I didn't really hear, or maybe I missed it. I didn't really hear about the other indicators that you use and how important each one of them are. And if you can basically just kind of touch base on how important they are and the ones they use, and also touch base on the RSI, MACD, and the pivot points on charts, etc.
Okay, well, you know what? I definitely look at the MACD, and when I look at the MACD, what I'm looking for is a visual look of the MACD. I'm kind of looking for it to curl up and be above the zero. So that's kind of like how I like to trade the MACD. With regards to the charts, weekly charts, I did mention I like to look at the 55 EMA and the 65 EMA, and I really like to use the Bollinger Bands. So I mean, I like to use these actual tools In terms of levels, for day trade, I like to look at the 50-day, the 20, and the 200. And I like also the 50 and the 200 for the weekly charts too. But where I really like to get in on weekly trades, on swing trades, would really be sometimes the 55 EMA and the 65. And then I will usually add with size if it goes above those levels.
Okay. Answered your question, EC.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
FEC.
You can
Thank
also,
you, EC.
and if you have more questions, you can send me a message. Happy to
No,
answer
it's, I
you.
mean,
Yeah.
that's all. Yeah, but I'll definitely keep in
Okay.
touch. But it was more for
Okay, sure.
everybody else. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks,
EC,
EC.
for coming up
Feel free to
here.
slide
We
in my
appreciate
DM
it.
anytime, EC.
Hey, I'm already in there,
Slide
man.
on
You
in
just haven't
DM. You
checked.
heard what he said. All right, we have a question from Rachel. Hey, Rachel.
Hey, my question is when you're picking price targets for Mara, are you using fundamentals or are you using forward-looking indicator, like forward-looking indicators, some TA, or that was it.
Well, for Mara, I said, basically when I'm looking at really more from a forward-looking indicator, it's kind of, sometimes I just come up with these numbers, and sometimes, even people in my room will go, "What?" And then, next thing you know, it does hit those levels. So I'm basically Mara targets in longer term. When I say, probably by January, I won't be surprised to see this at an $85 stock. Mostly from the fact that I'm looking for Bitcoin really to have that big move. So, with the Bitcoin forecast, I believe that Mara itself will have will follow Bitcoin's move. And also keep into mind, that Mara has a big Bitcoin production and mining operation as well. And they did spend a lot of money to purchase, I believe, some Bitcoin mining tool, and they also have over $70 million cash on hand. And so I love that fact that this is, in my opinion, stable company. So I think as we see Bitcoin evolving and the growth of the coin becoming higher in market value, that it is fair to anticipate that that Mara will just follow it. The other thing too is I did notice a lot of option flow on Mara for January 2022. And there were obviously price targets of $85 strikes on the option calls. And I do use Cheddarflow, and Cheddarflow does show me a lot of unusual option activity. And if you were to take a look, and I'm not sure if you trade options or not, but never too late to even start. That is a great, gives me a great insight as to where is some of the money going. And I did notice a lot of open interest in Mara for next year, even at that particular price target on Mara calls. I mean, even for the $85 strike, there's over 20,000 right now open interest. So the interest is building up, and we're not even in January yet. And those contracts right now closed at $4.65 on Friday. So even if you're not going to be investing in the stock or the option, I always tell people have a growth stock watch list and just add Mara on your list and just track the price of the stock. As Bitcoin moves, you will see that this will go. And I will not be surprised to see Mara going there. So it has nothing to do anything with the chart, because even if you look at Mara on 52-week high, I mean, it has not even gone near that price point. But I remember last year, if you look at the historical chart on Mara, even last year, I mean, Mara had a big run in January, because I remember I actually bought some Mara calls, and I think, my gosh, I don't remember this. I think I bought 10, I don't remember. I think it was $10 strike, and I think it was that price. And I was really surprised how much the stock moved in the new year. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of activity in Mara between now and the end of the year. So definitely keep a watch on the Bitcoin, and definitely keep a watch on Mara. I won't be surprised to see that hitting that 65, 85 definitely is what I'm looking for come January. If it comes before, that's great. But I think by January for sure, we will probably be there by January.
That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I use BlackBox and I follow the options flow. So I am definitely going to check out Mara's January 22nd. Thank you.
Oh, no, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, Rich, for coming up. And hey, Vegas. Rachel is one of my stockianas. She is
Oh, I
actually
love it.
the admin of education. So thank you, Rachel, for coming up here. And hopefully you guys can connect in the future. Thank you, babe.
Yes, please.
All right.
Yes. And then we have
Aw.
Chris Soul.
What
You
up?
can
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
I had a quick question. I'm glad you talked about options. I was interested in like learning more on like my long-term stocks for big boards. So like, would you say like starting off with something easy like a covered call on like one of those cheap stocks like Playboy or like Funko, something easy to start
You
with?
know, you know what? You could even look at maybe something like, I would, those like Funko's okay, but I would say, I think one that's going to probably start heating up a little, aside from the Mara that I talked about, but maybe look at DraftKings. I mean, DraftKings, we have the NFL season starting very soon,
Yep.
and I think that if you were looking at something, for a swing trade, I think that with the NFL kicking up very soon, I think it's going to start next week. I think that there's going to be some activity probably in DraftKings, and we know that the stock is up over 22% in the month and had a really great close. All-time high of like $74, and I think that the dip on the actual stock's quite an opportunity. So I think with the fact that they had strong Q2 numbers, one of the most valuable companies in the industry with a valuation of $23.9 billion. So I think that that's definitely bullish, and so I think that would be a good potentially something that you might want to look to do some due diligence. But I think the football season is going to be huge, and I think that there'll definitely be a strong boost to the actual stock. And the fact that also DraftKings entered into an agreement with Genius Sports, which is going to be providing the complete range of sportsbook data in addition to the complete suite of NFL products. So I definitely think that that would probably be a better bet than the ones that you were considering.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Awesome. Well, that is it for our questions, and we're wrapping it up. This was an amazing session, and I want everyone to know that you guys should reach out to her. She's offering the monthly passes that she stated earlier, so reach out, DM, and make sure you guys follow her. And follow everyone on the OTC Club panel. And we loved having you, Vegas. You're amazing.
And thank you so much to Doll and to Christine and to everyone on here from the OTC Club, Matt. I mean, just absolutely just love you guys. Made me feel so comfortable, and just really enjoyed our connection and the laughs that we had tonight, and just really enjoyed engaging with you guys and love to do it again. So, and
Great.
thank you again to everyone that came by tonight. I really appreciate everyone that came by and listened and hung out with us, and appreciate you all very much, and I hope to connect with all of you. So have an amazing rest of your night and amazing day off tomorrow, and thank you again
Start
all
Tuesday.
very, very much.
Yes.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Make
Vegas.
sure you
Great
guys
chatting with you.
follow.
Yeah, it's
Most
been great.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have great energy for sure. You really
Yes,
do.
Vegas, your energy is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
you.
It's
Thank you.
contagious. And if you
Yes.
guys missed out on any of this, we have it recorded, so we'll have it up next week. And we hope you guys have an amazing trading week starting Tuesday. Don't get up tomorrow thinking you're going to trade.
Win Lambo.
All right, guys.
See you soon.
All right. Love you guys.